Hey everybody, welcome to Hendricks How-Tos. Today we're going to talk about how to dissipate conflict energy right at the beginning. Most couples sometimes have conflict. Some couples fight a lot. Some couples rarely, but some couples never have conflict at all. I know people who just never have conflict. In fact, including my mentors, Gay and Kathlyn Hendricks, they don't fight. So when we have a fight, we are usually focused on some conflict of opinion, like we believe two different things, or a conflict about what we want to do. It could be as simple a thing as Chinese or Indian food. It could be, should we go to your parents for Christmas? It can be all sorts of things. You know what you fight about. You fight about wanting to move in different directions or having a different understanding about things. Now, in order to have a fight, not just a difference of opinion, but in order to a fight is usually like raised voices, breathing more shallow, talking more quickly. In order to actually have conflict energy, you don't just need a difference of opinion about what you want to do. You actually need to have something else as well, which is a dysregulated nervous system. If you have one person with a dysregulated nervous system, then you could call that upset. Somebody is upset, but the other person's not. You're just, somebody's feeling like, the other person's kind of like waiting for that to dissipate. If both people are dysregulated, then you have conflict. If both people are in a state of upset simultaneously, then you have conflict. The thing is that very often when one person gets dysregulated and upset, they are going to consciously or unconsciously say things deliberately to try and disrupt the other person as well. So nobody really likes to be disrupted and upset on their own. We try and draw our partner in. So now you've got either one person upset or two people in conflict. But hello, Michael, welcome. So when that happens, the attention is almost entirely out. And the reason for that is that the nervous system is now has shifted from parasympathetic to sympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system means, physiologically, it means more shallow breathing, faster breathing. The blood and the energy moves away from digestion, healing, resting, and moves into fight or flight, like being ready to run or to enter into conflict or, you know, something, but you get into this state like this. When you're like that, one of the characteristics is that you lose connection with what's going on in your body and also your emotional body. So you no longer notice what you're feeling. You no longer notice your emotions, particularly vulnerable emotions. You probably no longer notice the subtle messages that your partner is giving off as body language. You go into this state of emergency. Now, you may have heard about polyvagal theory, Stephen Borges and the Polyvagal Institute. Stephen Borges really put the vagal nerve on the map. Like we vaguely knew we had a vagal nerve, but he really mapped it out. Vagal nerve goes on both sides of the body, down through the whole body, and it has both efferent and afferent nerves. So in other words, messages are going both ways all the time. It's like a freeway with traffic going both ways. So when you enter into this hypertense state, if you stay in it long enough, this is what Borges discovered, you enter into a third phase of nervous system activity, which is not regulated anymore. It's not dysregulated and upset, it's actually shut down. Okay, and this is where a fight, conflict, now turns into a standoff where no one's talking to each other. The key to shifting this, and you want to shift it as quickly as you can. You know, ideally, you want to be able to shift conflict energy within 10 minutes. If you go longer than that, neither party can really keep it up for longer than that. And that's where we go into shutdown and cutting off. And sometimes that cutting off can even happen for several days if we feel hurt. It can happen actually for decades if we feel hurt enough. We're just like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I feel hurt. So what we need to be able to do is disrupt the nervous system activity. All the attention is going to what we're fighting about. So all the attention is going to, you said this, and I can't believe that you think that, and you're bringing up this thing from the past. All of the energy is out because you're in fight or flight. What we need to be able to do is come back and actually notice what's happening in the nervous system. And I'm going to give you now, in this spirit of how-tos, I'm going to give you 3 ways to do that today, and they all work great, okay? Actually, I'll give you 4. I'll give you 3, and then I'll give you a bonus, okay? Three how-tos plus a bonus how-to. So the first thing is to be able to get into the habit of noticing what's happening in your body. And this is through a practice which Katie Hendricks teaches as loop of awareness. It means your attention's out here, what's going on, but your attention loops back, what's happening in my body, what's out there, what's going on. And you notice it. Did you notice that when I said what's out there, and when I said what's in here, I took a breath, because as soon as your attention comes back, as soon as you just bring your attention back, you're going to shift slightly in the direction of parasympathetic nervous system again. So the ideal thing, the first how-to, is to do this when you're not in a fight. If you're just like in a cafe, going for a walk, just practice attention out there, attention here, attention out there, attention here. If you're giving, if you're talking to somebody, attention on you, attention on what's happening in me. Attention on you, what you're saying, what your body language is telling me, attention on me. This is called loop of awareness. Going out, coming back, going out, coming back, like that. It's a wonderful tool, you know. It's best to practice that when you're not in conflict, and then you'll have it available when you enter into conflict. Now, based upon that, if you notice that you're going into conflict, particularly it's easier if you notice your partner is going to conflict-based energy, you can just interrupt it initially, if you've been practicing loop of awareness, just by saying, oh, describing what you feel in your body. I feel tight in my chest right now. Feel my breathing is shallow. Feel this burning sensation. If you just shift the attention from what you think you're fighting about to what you're feeling in your body, that's going to disrupt it right away. The third how-to is when you notice your partner is feeling upset or feeling dysregulated or kind of in that talking fast and loud, you can reach out, just touch your partner and say, hey, what are you feeling in your body? How are you doing? What's going on? Now, all of these are going to disrupt the conversation about what you think you're talking about, and they're going to bring the attention back to how are our nervous systems. If our nervous systems are dysregulated, it's not a good time to have a charged conversation. It's never a good time to try and sort things out or make agreements or anything. It's best just to say, how are we doing? Let's regulate together. And one simple way to regulate together is just breathe together for a couple of minutes. Just if you can remember, just breathe together. Now, I said I'd give you 3 how-tos. Those were 3 how-tos. And now I'm going to give you the bonus how-to, is settle this up in advance. If you're in a committed relationship, have a chat with your partner when you're not upset and say, hey, would it be okay with you if we agree now, when we're feeling calm, that next time one of us gets dysregulated, we're going to do one of these things. We're going to describe what's happening in our own body, we're going to practice loop of awareness, and then we're going to ask each other, hey, how are you doing? What's happening in your body right now? What's happening in your nervous system? It may not be possible for all of us to completely eliminate conflict immediately, but you can make agreements about what you're going to do when conflict arises. Those are 3 things that work well. They've worked well for me in my relationship, and they're very easy to, not so habitual, but easy to try out. And I hope you might give it a shot. Thanks for listening.